Good afternoon. My name is Andrea Jenkins, and I am the chair of the Committee of the Whole for Wednesday, January 16th, and I will call this regular meeting to order. With me at the dais are council members Palmisano, Johnson, Goodman, Ellison, Warsame, Schrader, Cunningham, Fletcher, Cano, and Gordon. And let the record reflect that we do have a quorum. And the only business before us today is the receipt of reports from the standing committees on matters to be considered by the full council at our regular meeting this coming Friday. And we will begin with the Economic Development and Regulatory Service Committee and its chair, Councilmember Goodman.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Economic Development and Regulatory Services Committee will bring 16 items forward for approval on Friday. Items 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are changes in business licenses. I'll note the first businesses are now moving forward on the allowed liquor past the charter amendment issue. Item 6 is rescinding business license operating conditions. 7 are the liquor license approvals, 8 are the liquor license renewals, 9 is gambling license approvals, 10 is gambling license renewals. 11 are business license operating conditions for the Northeast Palace. Item 12 are business operating conditions for Wild Greg Saloon. Item 13 are rental license conditions for a new license reinstatement, as are 14 and 15, and 16 is the McPhail Center for Music annual report. I'm happy to stand for any questions on 1 through 16.
Thank you, Councilmember Goodman. Are there any questions? Seeing none, the chair will recognize we've been joined by Council President Bender, and we will move to the next committee report, the Housing Policy and Development Committee, and its chair, Councilmember Gordon.
Thank you, Vice President Jenkins. The Housing Policy Development Committee is coming forward with 6 items. The first 3 have to do with an affordable housing project on Penn Avenue called Penn Avenue Union Affordable Housing Project. First is a resolution approving the land sale. The second is a bond issuance, and the third is a loan from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund's Family Housing Initiative. The fourth item, we're approving going forward with project analysis for the Lake Street Housing Phase 1 Affordable Housing Project. And this is further analysis to see if it might qualify for tax increment financing. And the fifth and sixth items both have to do with accepting grant money from the Metropolitan Council for various housing projects. I'm happy to stand for any questions.
Thank you, Councilmember Gordon. Are there any questions? Seeing no questions, the next committee report is the Public Health, Environment, Civil Rights, and Engagement Committee, chaired by Councilmember Cunningham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Public Health, Environment, Civil Rights, and Engagement Committee is going to be bringing forward 3 items to the upcoming council meeting. The first is approving the report and recommendation on the summary judgment issued in the matter of food lot order issued to Will Winters, doing business as Uptown La Couvoir. The second is accepting a grant from Hennepin County in the amount of $15,000 for the school-based clinics to cover non-insured Minneapolis adolescents at one of its 7 school-based clinics. And number 3 is approving recommendations from the Northern Metal Advisory Committee regarding the use of the settlement funds dedicated to the community asthma and lead reduction. I am happy to answer any questions on items 1 through 3.
Thank you, Chair Cunningham. Are there any questions? Seeing no questions, the next committee report is the Public Safety Emergency Management Committee, chaired by Councilmember Cano.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. And our Public Safety Committee is bringing 3 items forward for approval. Item number 1 is authorizing a contract with Hennepin Technical College for training of Minneapolis Police Department cadets. Item number 2 is a passage of a resolution accepting a donation from Kid Fire Safety Products of smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. And the final item is passage of a resolution accepting a donation of generators from the Department of Defense, the Firefighter Property Program, to the Minneapolis Fire Department for use in tactical operations. And if there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Seeing none, the next committee report is the Transportation and Public Works Committee, and that report will be given by Councilmember Fletcher.
Thank you, Chair Jenkins. Transportation and Public Works Committee will be bringing forward 20 items for consideration at this week's council meeting. Item number 1 is a land sale at 177 Glenwood Avenue. Item number 2 is the 2019 street resurfacing program approvals. Item number 3 is a contract with CNA Consulting Engineers for Central City parallel storm tunnel work. Item number 4 is a contract amendment for structural lining of water mains. Item number 5 is a contract amendment for the 61st Street reconstruction project. Items 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are also contract amendments for existing infrastructure projects in process. Items 11 and 12 are both contract amendments on public art projects along Nicollet Mall. Item 13 is acquisition of property for the St. Anthony Bridgeway or Parkway Bridge project. Item number 14 is Hennepin County's draft mobility 2040 plan, a submission of city comments on that. Item number 15 is related to a water main easement for the Metro Green Line extension. Items 16 and 17 are both large block event permits related to the Final Four. Items 18 and 19 are infrastructure projects in Hoyer Heights. And item 20 is a bid for Minneapolis parking for the integrated video management system there. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Councilmember Fletcher. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Seeing none, the next committee report is the Ways and Means Committee, chaired by Councilmember Warsame.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Ways and Means Committee brings forth 28 items to the full council. Item number 1 is a land sale. Item number 2 is a grant acceptance from the MacArthur Foundation. Item number 3 is an amicus status in lawsuit challenging the federal administration's immigration-related policies. Item number 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10 are legal settlements. Item number 11 is a contract amendment with Bergen KDV Technologies and Consulting, Inc. for the Convention Center Parking Ramp IT Services. Item number 12 is a bid for the theatrical stage lighting. Item number 13 is a rebid for the Minneapolis Convention Center lighting update. Item number 14 is a rebid for the Target Center House Reduction Systems Project. Item number 15 is an annual property insurance premium for the Minneapolis Convention Center. Item number 16 is a technical amendment to the 2019 5-year capital program and general appropriation resolution for the Municipal Building Commission elevator upgrades and modernization project. Item number 17 is a capital long-range improvement committee appointments. Item number 18 is a community solar garden agreement. Item number 19 is a contract amendment with ZBEC Data for electronic collection conversion of utility bills. Item number 20 is a contract amendment with Phytorian Inc. for the Enterprise Resource Planning Programs Finance Reporting Services. Item number 21 is a bid for the new public service building project, waterproofing. Item number 22 is a request for qualification for workplace systems furniture for the public service building project. Item number 23 is an agreement with Formation Studios for prototyping for public art for the new public service building. Item number 24 is an agreement with Randy Walker for public art for the Eastside Storage and Maintenance Facility. Item number 25 is a contract amendment with Cultural Brokers LLC for Strategic and Racial Equity Action Plan. Item number 26 is a membership agreement with Northside Economic Opportunity Network for workspace at 1007 West Broadway Avenue. Item number 27 is a contract amendment with the Center for Energy and Environment for building benchmarking and disclosure services. And the final item is a contract with Paradigm Complex Care Solutions for nurse case management and other workers' compensation related services. And I'm happy to stand for any questions.
Thank you, Chair Warsame. Are there any questions? Seeing no questions, the next committee report is the Zoning and Planning Committee, chaired by Councilmember Schrader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Zoning and Planning Committee will be bringing forward 14 items for approval on Friday. The first is approving an application for an interim use permit at 311 2nd Street Southeast. The second is granting an appeal for a land use application and Public Works decision appeal at 30 South 3rd Street. The third is the denial of an appeal for a conditional use permit and site plan review for the property at 4757 Hiawatha Avenue. The fourth item is the denial of an appeal for a conditional use permit, variance, and site plan review at 4040 Washington, 4040 and 4050 and a half Washington Avenue North. The fifth is the approval of a rezoning for 2200 and 2201 Fremont Avenue North. The sixth is approving of a rezoning for 934 and 938 15th Avenue Southeast. The seventh is approving of a rezoning for 2637 and 2645 First Avenue South. The eighth is the approving of a rezoning for 1101 Hennepin Avenue East. The ninth is the approval of a rezoning for 2325 East 38th Street and 3812 24th Avenue South. The 10th is the approval of a rezoning for 1202, 1206, 1208, 1214 4th Street Southeast, as well as 316 12th Avenue Southeast. The 11th is the approving of a right-of-way for 165 and 173 and 177 Glenwood Avenue. The 12th is the approving of a commemorative street name addition around from 4th Street North between West Broadway Avenue and 21st Avenue North. The 13th is the approval of the Heritage Preservation Commission appointments, and the 14th is the approval of the Minneapolis Arts Commission appointments. I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you, Councilmember Schrader. Are there any questions? Seeing none, I will note that on Friday I plan to bring forth a resolution declaring January 22nd, 2019 National Day of Racial Healing in the city of Minneapolis. And so I think we've sent that, my staff has sent that resolution to all of your offices. And if there's anyone who doesn't want to be a part of that, please let me know. And with that, it completes our business for this afternoon. And with no further business before us, this meeting is adjourned.